Hey guys, it's Brigitte with San Diego Seed Company, and today I'm going to talk about all things broccoli. When you plant it, how you harvest it, tips and tricks, pro tips that I have learned over a decade of growing broccoli here in Southern California. But before I jump into that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you're notified anytime we put out a video. So let's hop into it. I have this gorgeous head of broccoli. It looks so amazing. In fact, it's morning time and I'm hungry and I really just want to eat this. It looks so good. So when do we plant this broccoli? So if you're in zone 9 and 10, you're going to plant broccoli in the fall, which I know seems ludicrous because in the fall it can be so hot. But we need them to be able to grow during a part of the year where we still have plenty of sunlight so that the plants can grow big and robust and really get to a good size that they produce a nice size head broccoli. If you watch any of our other videos or follow us on social media, you'll know that I put out lots of content that tells you that you want to start your broccoli plants in August, September, even October, which is a very hot time of the year. If you wait until it's nice and cool and rainy like it is now in December, your plants are going to be very stagnant. They're not going to do a whole lot because the sun is low in the horizon. We have cool temperatures, which just means that the soil biology isn't working as much and the plant naturally is going to grow very slowly. Now you can plant them now, but you're not going to get any broccoli until the springtime. So it's important that you start them in the fall so you can have them in the winter and enjoy them during a time of the year that you're really probably going to be needing a lot of delicious, healthy broccoli because you're going to have Thanksgiving, you're going to have Christmas, you're probably going to have tons of family over. So I really recommend starting them in the fall so that you can enjoy them through the winter. Another really important tip that I want to give people, especially when it comes to broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, plants that produce a big crop of food on one single plant, you want to succession plant them. Why? Well, first of all, what are you going to do with 100 heads of broccoli, or even 5 heads of broccoli is too much for most people. And then you end up either not using them or they go to flower too early. You really want to stagger out your harvest so that you have broccoli to enjoy all year long. How do we do that? Well, in this patch here, I've got a good example of succession planting. So you'll see behind me, I've got plants that are already going to flower. These are ones that we didn't get around to harvesting in time, but they were planted earlier, and so they've already started going to flower. So if I plant all my broccoli at the same time, let's say I've got 10 plants, I plant them all at the same time, I'm gonna have 10 heads of broccoli to harvest. That might be too much for my kitchen, and so I might accidentally leave too much to go to flower, and then it's wasteful. Instead, by staggering your plantings and only planting a few every couple of weeks, you're gonna guarantee that every couple of weeks you've got a head of broccoli to harvest. This is a good example. This is a younger plant, even younger here. You can see we've already harvested the head. And you can see in this patch, I've got broccoli of different ages and at different maturity times. And so I can enjoy it by coming out here, harvesting what's ready, and knowing that in a few weeks I have even more broccoli that's going to be ready. I'll give you an example. This patch was planted. If you come over here, we've got even younger still broccoli. So this will be ready, give or take 8 weeks or so, 6 to 8 weeks. Then we have more broccoli, and then we have over there even more broccoli. Now that last round of broccoli is probably going to be ready mid-spring, even late spring, and it'll be the last round that I get to enjoy before we move into our warm season crops. So we get lots of questions about succession planting because it can be a little confusing, but the point is you're not planting everything at once, so you're not having to harvest everything at once. Now there's different schedules depending on the crop, and it doesn't have to be a precise science. The point is you're starting your seeds maybe every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and you're having plants ready to put in the garden when these ones are done. If you are the type of personality that you want an exact schedule, get on our website because we have it On every single product on our website, you'll see that there's actually a succession planting schedule, so it'll tell you when to plant your seeds and at what intervals, which will really help you have a lush, healthy garden that's full of produce that you can harvest for a long period of time. Now for you science geeks, let's think about what makes this really cool. So if you are doing succession planting in the fall, the difference between the plants is going to be totally exaggerated. That's because the sunlight is getting lower in the horizon and our days are getting shorter. So you'll notice that plants that you start, say, in August are going to be way ahead of plants that you start in October. That's because by the time you plant the seeds in October, the days are already getting shorter, nights are getting cooler, soil is getting cooler, everything slows down. In fact, these plants here, we planted them out and it seems like they haven't done anything. They're just sitting here. But we just passed our winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. It's nice and cool and wet. They're not gonna do a whole lot. Now the flip side of that, if you were to succession plant in the spring, you're gonna see how quickly the plants catch up with each other because the days are getting longer, the temperature is getting warmer, and overall the plants each day are growing faster and faster. So let's think about what this means. In the fall, you would want to plant your seedlings closer together because they're slowly going to be stunted by sun being lower in the horizon, days being shorter, and the soil being cooler. On the flip side of that, in the spring, you can actually succession plant with larger windows between your plants. So the plants that you plant later are going to continue to catch up with the plants that are more mature because, and I hate to repeat it, but I want you to remember, in the summer and the spring, the days are longer, sun is higher in the horizon, and the soil is warmer, which means the plants are going to grow quicker. Okay, so if you've watched the channel, you already know this. All this information is on our website, but a quick review of how we go from seed to harvest. You want to start your seeds in the fall for zone 9 and 10. You're going to start them in starter pots, and once they get to a good enough size, either 4-inch or maybe a little bit bigger, you can plant them out into the garden. If the temperatures are really hot when you're planting them out, make sure you use either row cover and depending on how severe the temperatures are, shade cloth. You want to keep your plants cool and well watered so that they can grow quickly and easily to the point where they give you a nice big head. When you go to harvest them, you can harvest the main stem here. And as you'll notice from other plants, once you harvest the main stem, you will have side shoots. So don't miss out on that extra goodie that the plant gives you by just harvesting it once. Harvest it and then harvest all the yummy side shoots so that you can use in salads and things like that. The leaves are completely edible. They're just like a kale. You can use them in a stir fry and soup, so make sure you don't miss out on that delicious part of the plant. And if you have any pest issues like aphids, which is really common, simply watch your plants, give them a good look over. These guys look gorgeous because we've had some rain, but if we don't have any rain and we have warm temperatures, it's likely that you're gonna have aphids. You can just wash them off with water. A strong jet of water will wash them off and the plant is still completely edible and delicious. So those are our tips on how to get your broccoli from seed to harvest. We hope that you plant some this year and next year and enjoy the bounty that is broccoli.
Eat some.
What's it, pizza?
Eat some.
Oh, eat some. I was like, what? Oh my God. I'm hungry, so that's even extra delicious.